The president was so humiliated in Hormuz. He threw his toys out the stroller and refused to sign the affordable housing bill. Did you see that?
That's Georgia Senate candidate Jon Ossoff, and the joke lands because the real version underneath it is actually worse. Let's walk through it. 9 days after Trump signed his Iran ceasefire, Iran hit a cargo ship in the Strait of Hormuz. The US hit back at Iranian missile and drone sites. Iran answered by hitting Bahrain. Then, within the last few hours, Iran hit a US base in Kuwait too. 3 countries, 1 week, all while the administration keeps insisting this war is basically over. The vice president's response to all of it was a single line online: violence will be met with violence. That's not a peace deal anymore, that's a countdown. And in the middle of that same stretch, Trump let a bipartisan housing bill die, a bill that had already cleared Congress, that would have stopped Wall Street firms from buying up entire neighborhoods of starter homes. He called it, in his own words, of minor importance. Minor to the families who can't compete with a hedge fund for a house. Now here's where it gets personal. Jared Kushner's investment firm wants to build a $1.6 billion luxury resort on Sazan Island off the coast of Albania, a protected stretch of coastline that's home to flamingos, loggerhead sea turtles, and Mediterranean monk seals. Albania's government fast-tracked the approval, right around the time Trump took office for his second term. For weeks now, thousands of Albanians have been marching through the streets of Tirana. They're calling it the Flamingo Revolution. Protesters have told reporters, quote, "Albania is not for sale." Investigators have traced some of the money behind the deal through a chain of shell companies in the Netherlands, back to 2 Syrian-born billionaires with ties to the Qatari royal family. The White House's response: Kushner is just a private citizen. This has nothing to do with the administration. Sure it doesn't. Now compare that to what Ossoff says about his actual opponent back home. He claims Congressman Mike Collins hired a staffer named Brandon Phillips to run his entire office, a man already convicted of violent crimes, arrested again for an armed altercation, then again for animal cruelty. According to Ossoff, both Collins and Phillips are now under federal investigation, accused of funneling tax dollars to Phillips's girlfriend. Last month, Ossoff says, Phillips mocked a rape victim on Collins's own campaign account. Collins only fired him once a Republican super PAC threatened to pull tens of millions in funding, and the replacement Collins picked, Ossoff claims, has been briefing people connected to Nick Fuentes and Richard Spencer. All of this while, back home, Ossoff says over 1 million Georgians had their health insurance premiums doubled and 300,000 lost coverage entirely. He talked about a woman who waits stables for a living, watching her cancer coverage disappear in the middle of chemotherapy. That's the trade, their coverage for a tax cut that mostly landed on people who already own islands. So add it up, a ceasefire that's already hit 3 countries in a week, a housing bill killed and called minor, a son-in-law building a private island resort while protesters get pushed out of their own capital, a congressman who waited for the money to dry up before firing a violent staffer, and 1 million people losing health care to help pay for a tax cut for people who will never need it. As Ossoff put it himself, American politics has become coin-operated. Money goes in, favors come out. So tell me, out of everything on this list, which one makes you angriest? The war, the housing bill, the island, or the staffer? Comment below.